Offworld Trading Company is one of the 2 free games on the Epic Store this week. Originally released in 2016, it offers a unique take on real-time strategy in that this is a fast-paced economic RTS. So rather than build combat units, you produce materials and products to sell, to make cash and eventually buy out the competition, or indeed watch them go bust and buy them out for a very low price. Story-wise, there's not a lot there, but the principle is Earth has been depleted of all its resources and has started to colonize Mars in an effort to now exploit its resources. You take on the role of a corporation who is there to exploit those resources and make money, and obviously crush the competition. The basis of the game is that you start on a randomly generated map where there is a Mars colony which will start off fairly small, and gradually over the course of the game the colony will grow in size as you and the other corporations provide it more resources. You start the game by needing to scan the map to find a suitable starting location for your HQ. Each of the 4 HQ types need different main resources, thus you will be looking for specific ones which match up with your playstyle. Those different playstyles lead well into the 4 different corporations or HQs, as they all have their own individual bonuses. The expansive HQ is focused on fast and big expansion, getting extra tile claims at each HQ upgrade. The robotic HQ has no life support costs and uses power rather than fuel. The scavengers HQ use carbon rather than steel for building and have more frequent use of the black market facilities. Finally, the scientific HQ allows for manufacturing buildings to be placed directly on resource deposits and get free Goon Squad hacking teams. Once you actually get your base down, you will find you have a limited number of claim slots for putting down more buildings. So you have to accept you will not be able to create all the resources yourself and will get into some debt. Your aim should be to focus on the resources in high demand, which are thus worth more money. Prices will fluctuate during the game and you may find yourself having to shift direction. To get more claim slots, you need to upgrade your HQ to the next level, or there may be a random event that allows you to get more. The aim being to get further up the tech tree with more advanced resources while also selling off your excess to buy out your competitors, or perhaps use the black market to deal them a nasty blow. The black market is simply a place where you can buy anything from a simple hologram generator to hide a building, or buying a team of hackers, or buying an underground nuke to destroy a resource point, amongst other things. There are also a set of advanced buildings which give you access to things like patents, which are helpful to get new advanced technologies. A pleasure dome is one of these buildings which you can build on the main colony itself to bring in cash from the workers there. There is an optimization center to improve specific resource extraction or production facilities, a hacker array that can both hack and be used defensively, and finally an off-world market, a rocket platform that allows access to the asteroid belt market, which will have a high demand for some goods and thus can be very lucrative in the late game when prices have dropped on Mars. Obviously there is a lot more nuance to the game, but that gives you a general idea. Games can be fairly fast to play and the AI provides significant challenge, especially at higher difficulties as you have a much harder start yourself. A quick tip to note is that placement of buildings matters. If you place 2 of the same next to each other, they both get a 50% production bonus. And if you place 3 together in a triangle, you get a 75% bonus. And the robotics HQ specifically gets to apply an adjacency bonus to production buildings which are next to their resource. I would also highly recommend playing the tutorials to get a feel for how the game plays. It is easy to pick up, but very hard to master. A quick note that the Jupiter's Forge expansion pack added Jupiter's moon Io, which is now also included as a planet to exploit. Unlike Mars, its resources run out and there are more environmental issues to deal with. There are also 2 new corporations or HQs added in the expansion, the Nomads and the Elites, giving 2 new playstyles. At the time of this recording, it is unclear which version Epic are going to release for free, so the expansion may or may not be included. However, it is available as DLC on the Epic Store. So if you're looking for an extra challenge and you enjoy the game, it might be worth picking that up at some point. Now, I suppose this is a good time to mention that there is a lot of DLC for this game. And the DLC policy has been one of the negative points of the game over the years since its release. However, most Stardock games do follow this general policy so it's not a huge surprise that there is a lot of DLC for the game. Moving on, however, the game of course has multiplayer, and it is a fantastic one to play with a few friends. Though it should be noted, it could also easily cause some big arguments when people start using the black market on each other. You have been warned. Graphics are your standard cartoony sci-fi, though the actual surface of Mars is created very well, and what stands out as impressive for me are the intricate details of all the buildings, especially as they are being built. There are lots of very impressive, detailed, little animations going on. Sound-wise, the game has a very nice backing track, and there are plenty of alarms to let you know what's going on, which is quite nice in such a fast-paced game. In summary, this game is a very unique take on RTS, and it will not be for everyone. It is not quite a management game, and it is not quite a standard RTS. However, like both of those games, it's very easy to get into but hard to master. Making mistakes early can cost you the game, as it's very hard to recover if you are significantly on the back foot. However, games are fairly fast, so it does not feel like you have wasted hours in a game, as it would for most management games. The multiplayer, as noted, can be a lot of fun with friends, though expect there to potentially be some arguments down the line. I would give this game a 4 out of 5 for its uniqueness if nothing else, and the fact it is quite fun to play. It drops down from 5 because of Stardoc's rather in-your-face spam DLC policy, and for the fact that unlike most RTS games, I do feel that there is a point where replayability will drop off. I would still consider 4 out of 5 a pretty good score, so would highly recommend you grab this game while it's free on Epic and try this very unique game. If nothing else, I'm sure you'll learn a little bit about economics. As always, please smash that like button and subscribe and share with your friends, and I'll see you all next week for the free games on Epic.